How's it going, guys? SharkBlox here. Welcome back to another video where we find out how to make limited items using multiple hats. This is a really good way of making a limited item really cheap. What we normally do is combine a couple of hats together and they end up looking like the limited items, but the limited items are normally very expensive and overpriced, so obviously we don't want to pay a lot for the real version, but if we can make a copy that looks cool, then that's really good. In this video, there's going to be some suggestions from you guys, so we will be checking those out and trying them for sure. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first suggestion, which was actually suggested by a fan in my Discord server. So shout out to Capwn. He said, SharkBlox, my friend found this out. Also shout out to 1RY as well. If you mix the Plague Doctor's top hat and the gold chain, it looks like the Capwn, is that how you say it? So if you buy these hats, it only costs $3.13, and if you buy the limited, it costs nearly $2,000. What? That's insane. Also use code, okay, he's sponsored himself. If you want to use that, you can go ahead and do it. So what we're going to do is make this Capwn. I'm going to find it on ROBLOX right now. I know I'm saying this wrong. I don't even know what that says, but we're going to go and find it on ROBLOX and we are going to recreate it. So here it is, guys, and he's right. I think it might have dropped a bit since his last comment, but it is pretty much $1,500. That is way too expensive. So he said we've got to find the gold chain and the Plague Doctor's hat. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in a gold chain to start off with. And great, it's not coming up. I think that's because it's a community creations item. So if we type in gold chain on here, hopefully it will actually come up. And yeah, it's this one right here. So that's 150 Robux, very cheap, only $1.88. We're going to go ahead and buy this as well. And he also said we need to get the Plague Doctor's top hat. So I guess that's a UGC item as well, right? So we're going to go on community creations and we're going to type this in as well. I think if I type in Plague, it'll come up. Plague Doctor. Yep, he's talking about this one. So if we combine these two items together, apparently it's going to kind of like replicate this, be like a pretty decent copy of it. So let's go over to our avatar editor and let's actually put them together. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the top hat on. We're going to go in clothing and neck right here. And we're going to put the gold chain on as well. And good, our avatar isn't working just like it normally does on ROBLOX. So what we're going to do is just redraw it and we can see what it looks like. I reckon that's pretty good. I wonder if there's different top hats that you can use. There might be, but the Plague Doctor's top hat is a pretty good version of it. So let's just take a look at this one. There you go. It looks all right. And then if we go ahead and look back at the real one, I have to admit, I do prefer the real one, but that is a very good copy. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. That is actually pretty decent. So the next limited that I want to recreate is one of these buckets with horns on. They all have different names, but there's actually quite a few of them over on ROBLOX. This is probably the coolest one, so I'm going to try and create one which is similar to this. And as you can see, this one is $800. Very expensive. Obviously, we want to create a cheap version. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the catalog and we're just going to type in bucket. So obviously we need a bucket to design one of these expensive ones, and we need one which is fairly cheap. Now this one's 2,000, this one is 1,000 Robux. That's probably the cheapest one that you can actually get. We've got Bucket of the Sea, and we've also got the original one. Now I like the original one, and for some reason I've got 3 of these, so I think I'm going to use that in this video. Keep in mind that this one is probably one of the more expensive items that we're going to create, but it's still cheap compared to the original. So what we want to do is go to community creations, all creations, and we actually want to type in horns. If I just gone recently updated, there's actually some horns that work quite well. I think it's these ones right here, the Umbra horns. I think they work pretty well with it. 125 Robux, not too bad at all. So what we're going to do is go and try this with a bucket, and we can see what it ends up looking like. Okay, so let's equip the bucket. Here it is down here. And we also need to equip the horns, which is also a hat. Wait, what? Where is it? Where are my horns? I swear that was a hat. Or did I buy it a while ago? Or maybe I bought it a while ago. There it is. I'm just being stupid. But as you can see, if we equip these, it does actually look pretty cool. So the only issue with it that I can really see is the horns aren't exactly at the top. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I kind of like it. I think it's a lot better. I do like this one. As I said, one of the more expensive custom limiteds that we're going to build. But it's still one of the cool ones. Here is another expensive limited. Now the funny thing about this one is we can actually improve it. This one is called the Mr. Fancy Skeleton, and I found a way to actually improve this limited and make it look better. Right now this is $124, which is very expensive, and we can make a cheaper version which looks cooler on your avatar. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the catalog, and the skull I used is called the Skull of Robloxians Past. This is also a limited, and it is kind of expensive, but you can use different skulls, and you can also use like a skeleton face if you want to make this even cheaper. The reason why I'm using this is because I've already got it and it's not too bad. $20 versus $100, bit of a difference. Now the top hat that I use with this is called the Edwardian top hat. This is actually a UGC item. I don't own this yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy it right now. Okay, so in the avatar editor, this bit is very easy, but you just want to equip both of these at the same time, and it's going to kind of like make a better version of it. Now you guys can let me know which version you prefer. Obviously we've got the very expensive one, and we've got the like $20 one, so $20 versus $100. This one is so much better. I think this looks really good. This is actually a really clean like hat. The way it kind of blends in with the skull and doesn't like mess it up or anything like that is actually really good. Okay, so the next one that we are going to make cheap is a very expensive limited called the Blue Steel Bling necklace. Now the one we're going to make is silver. You can make a gold one if you want to, but as you can see, $2,700. I think we're going to pass on that, and I think we're going to make it a bit cheaper. So all we want to do is go over to the catalog. Again, we're going to go to the community creation section, and we just need to type in chain. Now you can get gold, you can get silver. I think the silver chain isn't, yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit cheaper, and it does actually look better. So for 25 Robux less, I prefer silver over gold anyway. And what we're going to do is turn this into a cheap dollar necklace using a t-shirt. So the t-shirt we're going to use, I literally just made it. It's called $sign. For some reason, Roblox are taking so long to allow it. But basically, if you combine this $sign with the chain, it does look like the blue steel one. Maybe, I don't know, normal steel one because it's not blue. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our avatar editor, and I can show you guys exactly what it looks like. So it's really easy to make. All you do is go into clothing and neck, and obviously you just put on your silver chain or gold, it's up to you. Then you go into clothing and t-shirts, and you just want to put on the $sign t-shirt. Now if you guys want to get this, you can find it on my Roblox profile. If I remember, I'll put it in the description, and there you go. That is what it looks like. So yeah, how much did I pay for this in total? 127 Robux. That's not too bad at all, and I think it looks pretty good. You can't really tell it's a t-shirt until you start to turn it like side by side, but apart from that, it looks really good. I think this one could even be better than the expensive one. So that is pretty much it. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Join my Discord server if you want to put more suggestions for videos like these. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.